In this video, we start off fresh and new, going all the way from punching our first tree, crafting our first crafting table, and placing it in the world, to getting fully kitted out in diamond armor. All while spending 200 days building this fantastic starter village in Minecraft Survival. This video has taken well over 60 hours to produce. So if you enjoy it at any point in time, a like, a comment, or a subscription would mean the world to me. Let's get into it, shall we? I hope you all watched episode 0. It's a real quick one. Link that down below and in the doobly-doos and all the things. We're starting, and we've got a lot to do. Sheep. Sir. You don't know this yet, but I am gonna have to hit you with a wooden axe. Sooner or later, because I don't believe there are any villages too close by. Again, if you've seen episode 0, then you know I scouted out dozens of seeds, and this is the one I ultimately settled on. Not because of its convenience for villages, but because of its landscape. I really like that I've got this really wide, expansive plains area to build in. I want to build here primarily, and we're going to expand around from this area. And the ocean right out there, yeah, that was also a very key determining factor in this setting. But I'm going to finish chopping up this tree, and then I'm coming for you, sheep. I'm coming for you. Let's go ahead. Our first crafting table of the series. It was around here somewhere. We're going to leave our crafting table right there. And I am going to make some sticks. I'm going to make some planks. Let's turn on that, because where's that stupid sheep? Where'd you go? There. No, you're a chicken. You chickens get to live for now. Come here. I found you. There we go. Our first bit of wool. Unfortunately, for the rest of the white sheep in these plains, I need 3 pieces. Oh wow. There are a lot of sheep. Well, now I don't feel too bad taking 1 or 2 of them out. And just like that, we have our very first bed. Is there a poppy around here somewhere? Please. Please. There's one. There's one. It has to be a poppy. It cannot be any of the other colors. Although I like blue. No. Poppy. Red dye. Red bed. The only bed. The good bed. We're set for the evening. This tree's already grown. Awesome. My friends, this is going to be a big episode. We're not going to take things slow. We are going to go super fast, which means I need to get down to a mining point. That doesn't look like a good hole. I don't know if there are good holes, but we're gonna try, and we're just gonna have a look-see. This one has water going down into it, which means I might be able to get out via the water. Perfect. I need a pickaxe as well, like so. And this crafting table, which is the second one of this series of this world, will be coming with me until I inevitably put it in a chest or place it down somewhere and completely forget that it exists. Let's go ahead. I need to grab some of this stuff. A whole lot of this stuff. So let's go. The sun is well on its way down, and I've already managed to basically run down my hunger. I am playing on hard, so I can absolutely die in this game from starvation. So I'm just gonna whack some of these fishies with my wooden axe, and we're gonna use that as our first set of food. Ooh, I'm gonna drown. I'm up, I'm good. We're good. We are good. And I'll have to take a quick break from my fishing expedition to just have our first sleep in this world. Done. Happy. Yay! Let me up. Thank you. Give me my bed back. And I think this area right here is where I want to live, at least for the start. We're gonna build our starter village space here on this. It's kind of like a separate little island. I don't think it connects back to the land anywhere. Just got this stream coming and going, and I like that. This will be our starter area. Oh, you guys could be somewhat problematic down the line if I want to bring chickens and or sheep this way. Wait, do wolves chase chickens? I think they only chase sheep. Anyway, this is our starter little island space. I need to set up, I need to store some things, I need to cook my fish, I need to make those stone tools. Let's get going. And that is exactly what I did, as you can see by this quick little scenic aerial view, as I clear out some trees, make room for our starter build, and get an idea of the landscape around me. Which, as I grab some food out of a furnace real quick, has revealed this bit of a ravine over here that I don't think I'm too fond of, and that I really think I want to cover up. And that means, my friends, that we're not even 10 minutes into this world, and already I want to do terraforming and landscaping. What? And with a couple of stone shovels in hand, I think I'm just going to come back into the mainland a little ways and... No, I'm just gonna... Really? Where are you, sheep? Or am I gonna run back? I'll run back. I'll spare the sheep. Anyway, I'm gonna dig up dirt here. I know. I'm gonna build here eventually. But that's okay, I'll fix it. I will fix it. I'm in the water. And man, I forgot how bad stone shovels are. 4 whole stone shovels. 5 minutes later, and this is all I managed to mine out. And I am pretty sure that a little bit over 8 stacks should be good enough for now. I mean, it's not a lot, but it should be fine for now. And I got 11 seeds out of that as well, just from breaking the grass naturally. So, yeah, I think I need to get those planted, because I need a good food source as opposed to just fish. By the end of this episode. Yeah, that's another goal. I've got so many. And I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to say during this quick little time lapse. So here I am placing in a whole bunch of dirt and smoothing out landscape. And we're ending with something that's a lot more presentable. Yeah. And with this whole area like really looking a whole lot better, I think I want to keep going a little bit. I'm going to need some materials to build. I'm going to need some better tools to build. And I think this part right here, I want to cut in or push out a little bit and have a nice big retaining wall with an interesting set of stairs or something down. Yeah, something like that. To that end though, I think I'm going to try and get 2 birds with 1 stone. I've cleared out this kind of area. It was mostly cleared out already, but I think here is where I'm going to mark out my future mine area and start digging down. And I'm going to gather materials while I start digging my mine. Yeah, hopefully I get resources out of it too, you know, not just building blocks, but iron and coal and those sorts of things. I am a bit of an idiot though, because this in itself is giving me dirt. Why didn't I just dig up this dirt? Why did I have to go and ruin a perfectly good landscape elsewhere if I was going to dig up dirt in any case? I'm not smart. 12 years I've been playing this game, and you would think that in that time... Oh! I would have learned. I didn't learn. I'm dead. Ah! Okay, no, the skeleton is dead. Can I stop burning? Please? Nope. Okay. Well, at least I set my spawn. As I was saying, after 12 years of playing this game, you'd think I'd learn not to stand on top of gravel when you're digging it out. Yeah, I fell down there. And, I mean, there's a cave, which is fancy. Give me all of my stuff, please. Let's just light this guy up. I had wanted to... There we go. Get rid of that lava, because that's gonna kill me again. I just know it. Well, I've got a cave. Let's see. It goes absolutely nowhere. It's not a big cave. It has absolutely nothing exciting inside of it. Fantastic. Okay. Now I need to get back up of here. Your eyes do not deceive you, my friends. After at least half an hour of digging, I finally have my first bits of iron from this hole, and it is such a relief to finally get these. I'm so glad it's more than just the 2. I'd be very happy if it's a really big one. So we're still going. It's not stopping. I think that's it. Yeah, that's probably the last of it. Anyway, that's glorious. That is 8 pieces of iron that I did not have previously. I have not only been digging a really big hole though. Perfect. That, by the way, is for primarily leather for enchanting eventually, books, you know, that stuff. But it's nice to have future food source in mind that isn't just going to be the wheat, which I'm getting a good amount of, and the sun is setting. I don't have a massive wheat field or anything. I just come down here periodically and just harvest what I have. I even expanded it a little bit as I did some terraforming for the sugarcane. I am rambling and I need to stop my rambling now. I want to get this iron all smelted up. That's way too much coal, but anyway, charcoal, mind you. I've not found any coal yet. I've been making my own from some of the wood I've been chopping down. But I'm going to smelt this iron down, and then, my friends, I think I'm not going to dig that hole in its full size all the way down now, because I want it to go down to diamond level eventually. You know, it's going to be my main mine. For now, I think I'm going to be a bit smarter.
12 seconds later.
I got creepered. That's rude. That is so rude. I found a little bit more iron as I was getting going, and I found a cave, and a creeper found me. And he blew up my wall. Okay, but there is a cave, so let's put our axe and our torches in hand, and let's just see what this cave holds for us. It looks like it's quite a big cave. Ooh, nice. Very, very nice. I like it. Iron! More iron! Our first dead end. I will happily grab some of this, because all of the coal I can find is charcoal I don't gotta make. And our second dead end, but more iron. And I am actually very glad, no creeper explosion aside, that I went and explored that cave. I see you over there, spider jockey. Just burn please. Because I got more than a stack of coal and more than half a stack of iron, which is fantastic. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good for a little while. Throw that stuff in there, and I've got some more cobblestone. But now, with a full set of iron armor, I can come and cover up Mr. Creeper's cave over here, and finally pretend to be smart as I dig straight down, the most dangerous thing you could do in Minecraft, but cleverly, multiple blocks at a time, standing on the edge of one. And as I get to large open caves like this one, I pillar down using some gravel, nice and easy, and light them up as I go to keep myself as safe as possible and alive as possible. Which eventually brought me down to Y -58, my preferred height to mine for diamonds, strip mine for diamonds, that is. Because one block lower you start finding bedrock, and those are bad. You don't want to see bedrock, because then that is a block that could have potentially been diamonds but isn't diamonds, so it's less effective, you know? Yeah, logic. But before I put in the time to strip mine down there for diamonds, I think I'm gonna go around in these caves that I've lit up mostly. And I'm just gonna gather up a whole bunch of the surface resources and see how much stuff I can get out of that, because I'd like to have a whole bunch of iron pickaxes before I start strip mining. And I can even find my very first diamonds. Ooh, more than one. Returning from that preliminary quick little mining session, my cows are overflowing. There are cows all over, which is not a bad thing, because I'm down to apples. for food. I've got a whole bunch of wheat, so I can make bread, but I think it might be time for the cows to go. Before I do that, though, my friends, look at the resources that I got. This was not all of it. There is so much more down there that I still need to go and gather before we even start strip mining. And that's a stack and a half of iron right there. I'm very, very happy. I'm going to throw that in equal measures into these two furnaces of mine. And we're just going to smelt up all of it. So many tools. All of the tools. Now it's time for the cows to go. I've got an iron sword and I'm ready. Let's do this. This is good. You guys are gonna enjoy this process. With my herd of cows culled a little bit and some much needed better food in hand, I can bring you guys back down into the cave where I've marked out an area with just a random cobblestone pillar so I could find it again. This here, might be a little dark to see, is an iron vein inside of tuff that just spans all throughout, and that's perfectly fine. I am happy with that because tuff is a block that I am going to need a lot of going forward with my builds. While you guys watch 20 minutes of mining and tunneling go by in seconds, I have to ask, have you liked this video? Have you subscribed for more just like it? The support would mean so much as we work toward building this fledgling YouTube channel together. With this lower area dug out to match the proportions of the space I've got above, just so that I can do some future proofing and some planning, I've prepped my mining tunnels here a little bit, and I have 9 iron pickaxes, a couple of torches at the ready, and I think, my friends, it's time to finally get mining. I need diamonds, and I need a lot of diamonds this episode still. We'll see how far we get with 9 iron pickaxes. I'm not limiting myself to a time. I would like a stack of diamonds in this video. Without fortune, can I do it? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. I'm not gonna mine any of the diamonds out. I'm just gonna find them and I'm gonna mark their locations. And then we'll come back, hopefully, maybe, with a fortune pickaxe. 9 iron pickaxes and about an hour of strip mining later, I found about 36 diamond ore that I left right there in the tunnels ready to be mined at a later stage with fortune. Now, obviously, as I've said a couple of times already, I want to use fortune on all of those diamonds that I've collected, well, that I've found. Now, we haven't collected them yet. That is the goal. I want to collect them. But in order to be able to do that, I do need to be able to enchant some things. Now, I do have 14 diamonds. These are diamonds that I found inside the caves, just surface level diamonds in the caves. So I mined them out, didn't worry too much about fortune. And 14 of them is a lot, right? Can make your enchanting table and the pickaxe, a couple of pickaxes, a couple of tries out of it. I've got the lapis for it as well. And I've got the leather for a full enchantment setup. If I tear down all of this bamboo, I definitely have enough bamboo, sugarcane, to make the books to go with the leather, you know, that stuff. Yes, the stuff. But I don't just want to plump these things down anywhere, right? I've done a lot of clearing here so far, and with all of this mining, all of this digging, I've got this chest full of building resources. I've got this chest basically full of building resources. I think it's time that we actually do some building. Right? Building is what I really love to do in Minecraft, and we're 20 minutes into this video and I haven't done any building. But of course, it could never be that easy. I had to go on an adventure all the way to the nearest mesa and desert border, where I spent a good bit of time gathering up a lot of sand and a lot of sandstone. Once I had that though, I could finally start building, and that came in the form of building a big retaining wall and doing more landscaping, during which I didn't use any of the sand or sandstone that I went all that way to gather. But I am very glad that I built this retaining wall and staircase here on this edge, because right here I now have the perfect little vantage point to start building my starter house, which is exactly what I did. I started by building out this stony, texture varied plinth, this base, which is the ground floor, and this contrasted very nicely, very heavily with the dark, deep slate tower that we're building out on the side. Now, I am very limited with the amount of resources, the types of resources I had for this, but I decided on a birch primary upper level, scattered with a little bit of that sandstone texturing. Don't know if I like that, let me know. We went for a tough roof, and I definitely did not like the way this roof turned out. And you'll see in a little bit, we're gonna end up changing that for something else. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And despite having died a total of 8 times in the span of 74 days in Minecraft, gathering up and smelting all of that iron, all of this charcoal, all of this copper and gold, lapis, redstone, and 19 diamonds is what we're up to now from caving alone. I haven't collected any of the diamonds in our strip mine. That all got me to level 33. Despite 8 deaths, which does mean that I'm ready to do some enchanting. Now, in order to do that, I'm going to go around my whole little island and just gather up all of the sugarcane I've planted, which ended up giving me about 28 stacks of sugarcane. And I definitely missed some in the water. And with some recent cow culling, I actually have a whole lot of leather. I think you need 45 for it. And then I'm going to need a bunch of paper. That's probably more than I would need. But I'm just going to go ahead and craft all of that. I need to make that into 45 books. Those paper... You know what? I'm going to make some extras. We're going to enchant some more. I'm sure of it. I don't need 40 books. That's a bit much. There we go. And then with just a little bit of wood, yeah, that's only a little bit, we can go ahead and make ourselves up our 15 bookshelves. Only 15, you don't need more. So anything else is excess. And I'll probably keep those books for now, although we'll see how it goes. I might need more. But of course, before I can actually use those books for any form of enchanting, I need a place to put them. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to build up a quick little tower here. And it takes me a little while to get the angle of it ready because I really wanted to place this tower on the edge close to the water. I wanted to be able to tie it back in to the little starter house we built, and that came in the form of that diagonal bridge tying the two units together. Which, in the end, I was very happy with how that bridge ended up. But of course, a place to enchant is only really worth it if, you have the stuff to enchant with. And in order to do that, I think it's time that we come and dig into our diamond supply. Now, these are all diamonds that I found while caving and exploring. These are still not the diamonds that I found while strip mining. Those are waiting in the cave for us. We're going to go ahead and craft up this diamond pickaxe. I don't know if I'm going to need it because over there is a ruined nether portal, at which there should always be a chest ready for you to look in and grab some loot. I'm surprised there aren't any gold blocks around, but this chest has a possibility, it's never guaranteed, to have a bunch of obsidian in it. And it does. It does. That's fantastic. I'm very happy with that. Oh, those are nice. I mean, they're gold, which is terrible, but there's nice. Does mean that I do not need to break that nether portal at all. So I didn't need the diamond pickaxe technically in order to gather the obsidian that we're going to need. Because you need 4 pieces of obsidian, 2 diamonds, and 1 book in order to craft an enchanting table. Which, if I've done this setup correctly, should mean that I can come in here and just place this enchanting table right there, and it should work. I think it has 15 bookshelves within the allowable radius. Now that allowable radius is any one of the 9 face blocks surrounding it and 1 level above. Anything below it, like this bookshelf, doesn't count. That doesn't do anything towards it. But let's go ahead and have a look. I've got some books, I've got some lapis. We have our diamond pickaxe. Do we get level 30 enchantments available to us? We do. And what is that? What is that?
Nice.
I'm not going to complain. I am so over the moon. I would have loved Unbreaking, but that is incredible. I've got a couple more levels. I'm going to roll some books over. And I'm just going to see, can I get an Unbreaking? 3 on a book. My friends, that is the perfect pickaxe. Which if I come and grab some iron, I think this will be enough iron to make an anvil. Yes, yes it is. For now, I'm just going to plonk that there. I want this pickaxe to be fantastic. The only thing that can make this better is mending and an efficiency 5, but I don't need either of those right now. That is glorious. That is beautiful and fantastic, and I love it. Now, my friends, I know this video is getting long in the tooth at this point, and I still have a lot of building I want to do in this episode with you guys, but I can't wait. We have Fortune 3. I have to go down into that strip mine and see how many diamonds I can get. I found 36 diamond ore down in that strip mine. How many diamonds do you think I'm gonna get with this here Fortune 3 pickaxe? Leave them in the comments right now. Go do it, and I'll see you on the other end of it. Now, I have not looked, and it was 35 diamond ore, not 36, I think. Again, I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, there will be a correction on screen right now, but I think it was 35 diamond ore, and I haven't looked. I have no idea. We've got this Fortune 3 pickaxe. My friends, did you guess? Did you guess how many diamonds we would get? Now, again, take into consideration it was 35 and not 36. So if you need to change your answer, change it now, because a stack and 70 diamonds from 35. That's actually bad. That's really bad rates, because you're supposed to get 2.2 diamonds per diamond ore if you are using a Fortune 3 pickaxe, according to the Minecraft wiki, of course. And 70 diamonds on top of 35 ore is only 2 times, not 2.2 times. Minecraft, you've robbed me of some diamonds. With all of that said though, it was time to start the biggest grind of this episode. First, I had to clear out all of the trees on my little island, and then I went through and I smoothed out the terrain in the landscape to the best of my abilities. I don't like it when landscape has these sharp, jagged corners. I want there to be smooth, gradual curves to each of the contours, and filling in all of those nasty holes throughout. Once I had the island cleared out, I could start to plot out my village. And I started by laying out the roads, which allowed me to really figure out where I wanted to place buildings and markets and different zones and sectors of the village. Around this, I could add all of my fields and my tree plantations and my animal pens. There seems to be a non-cow in my cow pen. And I think from all of the caving, yeah, okay, I've got a good bit of bones. Let's see if we can get a companion for ourselves. Where'd you go? Little guy? I'd prefer not to have you in here. I can hear you. I can hear you. Where is he? Can you guys see tiny little white... There he is. I saw him, tiny little white legs. He was right here. See, can I accidentally just, you know, by doing this, by spamming right click into my cows, can I feed? No. No, I can't. I did! I did! Yay! We have him. We have him. Okay, I need you to stand, and then I need you to teleport out of there. We go. Good boy. Give me a name. Give me a name in the comments right now. Go. With my rough plan in hand, I could start to implement it in-game. And I took a very similar approach to what I did in my sketch, and I started with the outside, with the borders, and with the circulation routes, the roads and the paths, to subdivide my island first. Following that, I started on one end of the island and began to build. First, the animal pen for my cows so that they could expand in population. And next, a bit of a barn to the side of that, because it makes sense that you can store all of your animal products and animal feed and so on very close to the pen where those animals live. And in an attempt to bring a bit of life to the island at this early stages, to this barn I added a series of chimneys that would just have the active and dynamic smoke rising up from it. And of course, there has to be a little house for the farmer who would manage all of this. Moving on from there, I looked toward possible industry for this little village and recalled the vast amount of trees that I removed from the island. This sparked the idea for a small logger's cabin at the center of town, fit with a sawmill and a series of piles of logs and chopped down trees to boot. We must be swift, and we must avoid the creeper that was hiding over here not too long ago. Looks like he despawned. Yay! No more creeper. There he is. We've got another dog. There's another wolf. I don't think this one was here the whole time. I think he spawned. Come on, come on. Yay! We got him. We got him. Come on. I think he can come and stay over here at this new house. Sit. Wanting to break away from the monotony of small builds for a little bit, I instead opted to build the windmill next, which is by far the largest and most complicated build on the island. I start with a very heavy set base to prevent the windmill from tipping, in my mind, followed by a thin, unobtrusive stem, which I did have to widen a little bit towards the end. On top, I gave it a heavy, strong mechanism housing element at the top of a windmill, whatever one calls that, before adding the blades to the front, stepped out a little bit so that they cleared the rest of the structure thoroughly. From there, it was time to jump right back into that monotony, as I called it, and build a series of houses. House number 1, house number 2 and 3, and finally house number 4 to populate our village. After all of the houses were in place, it was time to fill the in-between spaces. And I often find it is these in-between spaces where random things would naturally pop up, where your street vendors and your market stalls and things would take root. So it's exactly this that I first placed at the front of the village, where new visitors would land initially from the docks, and then scattered throughout the village, I had a handful more. The very last thing that this island village build needed was a prominent food source. And so I rounded this massive build off by building a large wheat field off to one side, surrounding the windmill we built earlier. That is the end of it, my friends. That brings us to the end of this island build, and basically to day 200, 196 days spent building all of this, and a total of 12 deaths. I definitely could not have done this in hardcore, but 200 days spent building with limited resources, limited gear, limited experience. I had an absolute blast. My roofs have even tarnished. I did spend some time just wandering around, waiting for my wheat to finish growing, and none of this is hydrated, so we can probably chalk off about 5 to 8 days of this just, needing to happen. But I love it. I love it. I spent so much time. 200 days, my friends. That's 50 hours roughly of game time, of playing Minecraft, of building, not even including all of the editing time that I had to spend for this amazing, massive video for you guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna give you all some really pretty shader glamour shots now at the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you have, like, comment, subscribe, all the wonderful things, my friends, and I'll see you in the next video. I can't wait.